So the first, like the early rap songs that you heard, was the first one Rapper's Delight?
Yeah. So, yeah, but yes, the first one where like someone said that's rap, there was King Tim the third or something like that. Like, so when we go back to this, when I'm in elementary school, when I got to fifth grade, the first black teacher was my fifth grade teacher. Her name was Miss McCullough, Roberta McCullough. And so on Fridays, you could bring in records. If we didn't fuck up all week, you could bring in records. And cats would bring in records. So there was a girl named Vicki Jones, and she was the one that would bring in all the records. So there was that King Tim record. I remember that one. And it was different. It was kind of rap before. It would be like playing Blowfly. You know what I mean? Like, was it rap? Kinda. And then Sugar Hill happened. And that got played a lot. And the weird thing about that was here, that got played on all the radio stations. So it got played on the normal, like, white boy station, and it got played on, like, the black station, too. So dudes would walk to school. We'd walk to school through all the backyards. Dudes would battle who could remember more words from Sugar Hill Gang. I never did it, but you watch them and go back. If it's fucking 10, 15 minutes.
15 minutes.
Just watch the dudes go, and food just ain't no good. And I'm like, holy shit, do you guys remember this whole fucking thing? That's the earliest thing, but I don't think any of us equated that to like, it was a actual genre or a movement or anything. That would have been like The Message and then stuff like that. You would hear things like Johnson Crew and Africa Bambaataa would, come and go, but it was when Run DMC came around, that was like a defining moment where now everyone understood this was something any of us could do.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was attainable. You didn't have to dress like a punk rock kid to do Run DMC. You just had to have a hoodie and some jeans.
And you had cousins in New York that were sending you tapes, right?
So that was the the biggest thing for here, for Cincinnati, was here are your people in New York. And so everyone had someone everywhere. And all you did was trade tapes. It turns out years later, that was everywhere for everyone, any genre, trading metal tapes, trading punk tapes, trading hardcore tapes. And so that's what we did. So we would get the New York tapes, and then that would pass you on to another dude. And then some dudes were randomly at my house. I'm in high school, and they had Mixmaster Quick from Cleveland. I had never heard anything like it. And then that dude from Cleveland was like, you ever heard the Stone Brothers? They were from Lincoln Heights, that's in Cincinnati. And they had that like 4-track shit, you know what I mean? Like super clean. Met them, got a tape from them, and then they gave me the Rhodium Swap Me Dr. Dre tapes. And then that led me to trade that tape for a tape from Jeff Mills. That's the house dude, but he was called the Wizard when he was a DJ in Detroit. And the Wizard was the biggest influence of all of them on me. Like Jeff Mills, the house guy, that the clean cut, nice house musician, was the most insane fucking DJ of all time. There were no rules at all. And all of those things together gives you me. Listening to all that. And like Dre and them on the Rhodium Swap Me's, there was fucking guitar solos. Think about the early like NWA and Eazy-E songs. There's fucking metal guitar solos on those things. Like all of that made sense because it was all music.
So it was because it freed up your mind that became the biggest influence on you?
And so like the kids that I would hang around with, 1 minute they're playing the Circle Jerks, the next minute they're playing, Run DMC or whatever's like all that was normal. So if like I gave you a tape where you like make me a tape of just music, it wouldn't all be hip hop. It would be a little bit of everything. And as far as hip hop, there was no, Midwest, we don't have a coast, so we didn't care. So you'd hear like Two Live Crew, Mixmaster Spade, Battle Cat, Toddy T, Sir Mix-a-Lot's early shit, BDP, Steady B, Cool C, all the Philly, like all that. And then in between all that would be like, like Suicidal Tendencies fit in between Run DMC and this, and we didn't blink an eye at it. Like you'd watch cats, big speakers, slightly chopped, suspension springs before you had hydraulics, and they're playing like Nucleus, and the next thing that comes on is, Suicidal Tendencies, and you didn't blink an eye. That was totally normal here.
It's so funny because when you really break down your music, it makes sense though that you just have so many influences across the board, and that's where you pull it all from.
Yeah. My whole thing is always, so the biggest part, the biggest takeaway from, especially from like De La, Prince Paul, Public Enemy, Bomb Squad, Dre production, Quick production of that era where everyone's doing it, is like, you're not supposed to do the thing that he does. You're supposed to push forward. You're not supposed to sit right here for 10 years and be comfortable. You have to keep doing new shit. You don't have to make a whole new sound, but you're not supposed to, oh yeah, that's clearly a blah, blah, blah beat. That's the worst thing ever. You shouldn't be able to identify the beat 20 years from now. The thing I do tomorrow shouldn't match the thing I did 20 years ago unless it's intentionally a throwback thing.
Mm-hmm.
You're supposed to move forward. That was always my biggest thing with hip hop, was like, keep going forward. It's like b-boying. I knew it was time to stop when motherfuckers looked like they were levitating. And I'm like, I'm not doing that because I'm going to die. Like I could do flares and all that, but when they started doing like creepier shit than that, I'm like, nope, not even trying it, because I didn't want to break my hands. Like,
oh, so you couldn't spin on your head?
I could never do it. I could look at my head, man. Look at this thing. This is the biggest, and you'd think, but it's perfectly round. It's not flat, and no, maybe one. You know how like you'd watch a dude do footwork, do one rotation on the head, then fall back down? You don't do that. If you can't pull the move off, you don't do the move. So no, I couldn't do spins, and I couldn't do 1990s. First broken nose, trying to do a 90, boom, straight into my face.
Oh shit. That's crazy, man.
I was good though. Then every blue moon, my wife will play the right or wrong song, depending on if you're me or not. And I'll be in the kitchen like, oh, you want to see it? And then, and like, I might pull off one decent thing, and then next morning you get up like, motherfucker, hand me the Tylenol, put the biofreeze on your back, probably on your fucking neck and your armpit. Like, everything goes from this sucks in like 5 minutes.
Hey man, some days you might be able to do it. Some days you might not be able to, it depends on how good you're feeling that day.
You just got to figure out what you can kind of casually do and not kill yourself.